Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. This is the fourth video for this set, and we're talking to this guy Rowan, who is kind of an agitator. I called him Trump last time. That's not quite the same. There's the very real possibility that the stuff he's talking about, that the people he's talking about, are actually bad people. But he himself is something of an idiot, from the sounds of it. He doesn't really seem to be thinking things through. This here is Copper Lane. It's primarily a market district, but you've also got the Expedition Hall directly north of here where you can join treks into the wilds. That's also where my fellow dozens martyrs and I tend to meet up with other concerned citizens. He points to the long domed building west and north of your position, and that's the Hall of Revealed Mysteries. Eerie place, you ask me, but they've got the biggest library in the Deerwood. Ah, that's where the revolution started, hence the name, First Fires. These days it's overrun with politicians and panderers, but we'll take it back someday. That's where you'll find the Ducal Palace, the Valian Embassy, and Crucible Keep. He shakes his head. The Crucible Knights were the original freedom fighters in Defiance Bay, but now they're just strutting peacocks with eyes on fancy titles in their heads up their asses. There's an old temple of Wodeka there, too. We keep it real nice for her. He winks. That's where we want to go. Brackenberry? Yep. Let's talk about Tell me about Brackenberry. A noise of disgust rattles in his throat. The nobility didn't sail back to Adair stayed there. Most of the families there trace their lineage back to old imperial times. Other than that, a lot of has-been nobility. You've got Hadrit House, where Lady Webb and her spies operate, and Brackenberry, the sanitarium, the main cesspit of animancy in our city. He spits on the cobblestones. Given, however, how much people are complaining about animancy, I'm really suspicious it's a red herring. Andra's Gift. Tell me about Andra's Gift. Got the name because it was a wetland that was drained back in the Imperial days. Now it's a seedy district populated by sailors, common folk, and more than a few thugs. But it's a fun place, too, if you know where to look. Look for a place called the Salty Mast when you're there. Other than that, it's mostly warehouses and abandoned homes. Well, that doesn't sound like it's full of random encounters at all. Tell me about Heritage Hill. Used to be one of the more prestigious districts in the city. Heroes of the Revolution claimed plots up there, next to an ancient Gwithan tower in the city cemetery. Had the best views in Defiance Bay. Attracts richer types these days. A lot of animancy patrons, he spits. Glances at the crowd and lowers his voice. You wouldn't have heard, but something happened over there a couple of months ago. Authorities sealed it off and they're keeping their mouths shut. But mark my word, animancy's to blame. Now I'm getting hints of echoes of Neverwinter Nights 2, which Obsidian also did. Never mind, let's talk about something else. And farewell. Okay. There's a part of the city sealed up. Nobles aren't talking about it. I'm looking for the Temple of Wodeka. Huh. If you say so, it's in First Fires, just west of Crucible Keep. Never far from the Queen. Expeditions out of Edmeth's den are just organized grave robbery. He does not like the, Oh, what's this? This is an inn. The Goose and Fox. Don't we want to go to a library? Archive in the Ducal Palace. So they said we want to go to First Fires. Psst, over here, miss. A young boy watches the passersby and counts a grimy handful of coins. His face and arms are smudged with dirt, but except for the grass stains, his clothes are in good condition. As you approach, he blinks and makes a quick, furtive effort to pocket his coins. Hey, miss, you want to know a secret? I know a real good secret. Careful, I've traveled the continent, and the hardest bargains still come from my 7-year-old. Really? What is it? I just saw some folks hiding some really neat things. I could show you where, but Mom and Dad told me not to talk to strangers. Maybe you could help me with something, then we wouldn't be strangers. Help you with what? The Crucible Knights have these daggers made out of March steel. It's the best steel around except for Durgan steel, which doesn't count because no one makes it anymore. Anyway, there's this merchant over by the expedition hall, and he has a dagger made of real March steel. His eyes grow large and round. He said he wouldn't sell it to me because I'm a kid, and kids don't know anything about daggers. But that's not true. I know lots about daggers. I know about the different kinds of steel. I know how Crucible Knights make them in a forge. I know that the tip can pierce low-gauge scale armor, and that one that's good and sharp can cut through bone. See, I know plenty about daggers, and I really, really want this one. And if you could just get it for me, I promise I'll never, ever ask anyone for anything ever again. Why do I get the feeling this kid would manage to hurt himself with a picture of a knife? Can't we just scare the information out of this kid like reasonable adults? We could do a resolve and lie. You could poke your eye out. We could have might and grab him and shake him. How about you tell me that secret now before I get angry? You're too young to play with knives. I'm sure your parents told you that or you wouldn't be asking me. But if I'm going to be a real warrior, I have to start training young, just like the heroes in the stories. I just know a great warrior. I was a great warrior in previous life. My mom even says I have an old soul. Fine, I'll help you. I knew a real adventurer would understand. There's a big merchant over by Admeth's Den who sells weapons. He's the one with the daggers. I'll wait right here for you. Find the March steel dagger. Is there going to be some commentary about the Ides of March? You're a vibrant soul. I'm not interested in reading another vibrant soul just yet. Probably should, though. Crumbled loaves and shredded flyers float on the waters. There's the marketplace. Where's this den? Admeth's Den expedition. Okay, so I'm going to the right place. Brackenberry, Catacombs, First Fires, World Map, Lamdala's house, Scrivener's dormitory, Hall of Revealed Mysteries.
Well met, friend.
Purchasing new rations. Are you selling a dagger made of March steel? Apologies, I sell no weapons here, only fruits. Show me your wares. Okay. No. Okay. Bye.
How do you do?
Show me your wares. If you're looking for enchanted scrolls or garb, you've come to the right place. Ooh. Oh, very expensive. How very, very expensive. But there is a lot of ingredients there. You look like Vibrant Soul. Let's step back for now and let's talk to you.
Hello.
I'm looking for come to take a look. You won't find a finer collection of armor and weaponry in Defiance Blade. Outside Solnil's, of course. What's so special about Solnil? She operates in the expedition hall, sells the best equipment in the city. But Wenan keeps her on a short leash, keeps her refined inventory reserved for chartered expedition members of the dozens and anyone else he takes a liking to. I'm looking for a particular dagger made of March steel, just like the Crucible Knights use. Let me guess, you've been talking to that kid, right? I'd be tempted to sell it to you and let that little rascal learn his lesson, but a pack of adventurers already took it off my hand. Okay, if March steel daggers only given to Crucible Knights, how did you get your hands on one? A lot of steel passes through my hands, friend. I don't make it my business to ask where it all comes from. I'm not trying to get you in trouble, Vish. If you give me a small discount at your store, the Crucible Knights don't need to know where it came from either. Fine, 5% to avoid a hassle. The last thing I need is a shakedown from them. What with my stall being so close to Admeth's Den and the dozens. Anything in particular you'd like to see? The adventurers you sold the dagger to, where are they now? Folk like that only visit Copper Lane to crew up at Admeth's Den Expedition Hall or down a Pie the Goose and Fox, and since they weren't heading into the den, well, you've got my best guess. Let me see what you have. Tell me more about the dagger. Made out of high-purity iron ore that comes out of the White March Mountains. Traditionally, the smiths at the Crucible keeps have smelted it into daggers and swords. which they only give to the Knights of the Crucible. Of course, I'd be surprised that kid didn't already tell you all this, he grins. Let me see what you have for sale. Because I have a mace, I want to sell it to you. Which I apparently don't have here because the guy who was holding it is elsewhere. Oh well. Okay. Still trying to recover from... Hello again. Thanks for visiting my store. I'm still trying to recover from losing that cargo. My inventory isn't what it used to be. Hopefully I've got something you like. Show me your wares. Oh, he's somebody we've helped before. You sell traps and camping supplies. Let's look at... I don't want to sell Adra. Let's sell 5. 4. Yeah, I'm selling a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't. Opal. It's in ingredients. I don't want to sell my last one. Pearl. Each one's 100. Let's sell 2. Ogre blood. We'll sell 1 garnet. Periodot. We'll sell half. Burned lady. Amethyst. We'll sell 2. I already selling some of that. We'll sell 6 of this. We'll sell 3 of this. Cave coral, we'll sell 1. I don't know how much it's worth. 10. We'll sell 1 of this for however much. 10, okay. Anything else we got? Spirit residue. I don't think we want to sell that. Turquoise. I think that about does it. Trade. Okay. So let's go look at the inn. As your character makes choices in conversations and quests, he or she will start developing reputations. I need to look at my reputations, actually. Vibrant histories. Actress? You find all sorts. Everyone's a philosopher here. Lively place, isn't it? I usually do... Oh, what's this? The Stelgare's pelt is thick with dust and moths. The plaque below the priest reads, Maiden Falls 2682. Welcome to the Goose and Fox.
Gods keep you.
Here for a drink? Do you know anything about a March steel dagger? Haven't seen anything like that cross my bar, that's for sure. But I wouldn't wager against someone here having a blade like that. Check upstairs. I saw a group head that way not long ago, carrying plenty of steel. Okay. Thank you. Upstairs, huh? Miserable bastard. Bodyguard, noble, commoner. What are you? Woman sits by herself, spinning something on the table in front of her and watching it furiously. It's about the size of a coin. It wobbles over a crack in the wood with a metallic rattle. She snatches it up with one hand, slams a half-empty cup down on the table with the other. This is not a good time. What are you doing here? Just trying to calm down, trying to talk myself out of something foolish. Something foolish. She says nothing for a few moments, as if hoping to leave. At last, Kainra, which we don't know her name yet, looks up at you. Lamplight falls across her face. A purpling bruise is blossoming across her along her cheekbone. There's something I need to give to my fiancé, Pernsic. Only he doesn't seem to go anywhere without his new friends, and they're not exactly pleasant company. Who hit you? They come into our house with their dead eyes and black teeth. I'm not a fool. I know what it means. Pernsic makes me leave when they show up, but it's obvious what they come to do. Last time they came, I told them to get out. Let them have their fun somewhere in the gift, but not under my roof. She scowls and then winces. Fingers gently probing her bruise. Zeph changes you, I guess. Pernsic I knew wouldn't have squashed a spider. I'd never thought he'd... Maybe I... But Zeph... I thought people made people lie around not doing much. I don't really know. Seemed better than believing he's always this way. Maybe I should go talk to him. There's nothing more to say to him. We're finished. I just want to give this back to him and have a clean break. It was his grandmother's. Even after this, I don't have the heart to sell it off. But if I go back there myself, I know what'll happen. I'll lose my temper. I'll probably wind up with another of these. I'll take this ring to Pernsic then. The house is just north of here. Just please don't hurt him. As fierce as I am, I don't want that on my conscience. Okay. Dwarf and Orland debate philosophy on the other side of the curtain. That one's empty. Bard Furus or Brad Furus? Brad Furus. Ah.
A simple test. That's settled.
Ooh. Bartender's ring. Yes, we're thieving. Do you already wear rings? You do not. Plus 20% damage against spirit, plus 20% damage against vessel, plus 5 will, plus 5 deflection. I like the bartender's ring. Hope the bartender doesn't notice I'm wearing it. I mean, I'm skipping all these vibrant histories. I'll have to go through and look at all the ones in this town later. There's probably tons of them in all these different zones. Speaking of, really getting close. Key, Hurdy, Dreadshot, Dayton, Ilfa, Two-Tone Weaksel.
Good day, stranger.
Norland man flexes, relaxes with his feet propped on the table. Patches of dark brown skin peek out from under a full mane of blue-green hair. He and the Orlon woman with him exchange laughs and comments with the trio at a nearby table, and he spins the dagger in his hand. You look like you've seen a night or two in the wilds. Joining us for a drink? Did you buy a merch steel dagger from Egrun? I did, and a fine piece it is. I don't know of any more circulating the city outside the Steel and Crucible Keep, of course. How much to take it off your hands? Seeing as how there's a sudden demand for this, 100 pounds seems fair. Ooh, okay, so first one is Intellect of 12. Demand isn't as high as you think. Chances are good that dagger was stolen or looted off one of the knights. In that case, I'm probably doing you a favor. Or Resolve 14, you mean Egrun sold you the March steel for less? I wonder why he wanted to get rid of it so badly. Either that blade was stolen from the knights, or it's a fake. Deal! I can actually pay. Should I do it this way or this way? Let's do it this way. Can't be too careful. He frowns. Can't be too careful around the authorities these days, especially as an Orlon. Fine, I'll sell it. But not for less than 50. I'm getting my money back at the very least. Deal. And 324 experience. Pleasure doing business with you. Who are all you? Name's Two-Tone Weaksel. The lady next to me is Key. We've had our fun with the expeditions, but we were hoping to enjoy a little peace and quiet for the next few weeks anyway. Man, the next table nods you. I'm Dreadshot Dayton. This is Hurdy and Ilfa. We were part of separate expedition teams, but we both suffered losses and decided to band together. beasts, barbarians, biowax. It's a dangerous time to be an adventurer, but a prosperous one too. And here's to many more prosperous journeys. Is there something else you wanted? Leave. Okay. Huzzah. Let's see what this... Oh, it's probably going to be in the quest items. March Steel Dagger. That is pretty nice. Wonder if I can enchant it to be unlikely to damage our friendly little boy down there. We also have to give this lady's ring to her fiance. But we are down to about 2 minutes. I think we will go... we are down to about 2 minutes left in this video. I don't want to do another video tonight. So, I think that about covers it. Some of the people you meet and fight in the world can be taken prisoner and held in your stronghold, especially once you've built a dungeon. How much is 50 pand in terms of currency points? $50 copper. Ugh. Well, I'm going to stop the thing. I'm going to go see what this boy wants. Also going to hit quick save. What this boy has to tell me. And hopefully that'll level me. I'm having that I want to level itch. Okay. Did you get it? Do you have the dagger? Can I see it? I have the dagger right here. It's so sharp. Give Gordy the dagger. If I do this, I have a feeling he'll get killed. I have no idea what this would do. Oh well. Yeah, it's always taunting when you see you require this stat to get this response, and it doesn't tell you what it is. Deal's a deal. Here you go. He snatches up in the air, heedless of anything. He yanks it out of its sheath and holds the blade up to the light. I'm going to be just like the Crucible Knights, he says, and chops at the air. You've lost an item, March Steel Dagger. Party gained 648 experience. Total quest experience, 972. He flips the weapon into the air and grabs at the hilt, almost slicing his palm open in the process. His eyes dart away from yours as he sheaths the dagger. So about that secret. I saw one of the actors hide something under a loose stone near the theater. Probably nothing as good as a March Steel Dagger, though. Thank you for telling me, Gordy. Bye! And, we had people level. Pretty sure we just had people level. Resting bonus. No, we did not have people level! I've got, reputations for, benevolence, diplomatic, passionate, rational, honest. Right. Champion, overwhelmingly good. Okay. Going to go ahead and save. Well, actually, I'm going to do a quick save. And then I'm going to do a regular save. If I crash during the regular save, so be it. Okay. But the game seems to be stable again. So whatever update they had that made it unstable seems to have gone away. But we are now in whatever this place is called, Copper Lane. I forget what it's called. Okay, we're going to call this Copper Lane. Copper Lane, save. Okay. And bye.